Everything is the sound. We ready. That's what we need.
I just finished it today. I spent the weekend with my granddaughter and my daughter, and I bought a little pool and swimming around. And the whole time I'm looking at him, I'm thinking about the shit that happened last week. So, man.
That's why I thought I wasn't going to say anything. I didn't want to bring it up if it wasn't. But that's why I thought you were talking about. Yeah, I had to let that digest for a while. I really don't watch TV and none of that, so I didn't really know too many intricacies to what happened. Then I heard about the Salter, his last name. I'm talking about the Texas shooting, Buffalo. Guy that was doing hydrogen car. No, I'm talking about an ex-officer that was a security guard. Yes. And he was also developing like a hydrogen vehicle, like a run-on fluid water. So there was some.
The white dude too did the same thing.
Yeah, because I'm like, why do people keep talking to me about this? No, I'm not. But I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't make a rubber man engine, but I'm not going to tell nobody else because I'm dead.
I mean, like we were talking about though, I think we were talking about that before. Everything is hydrogen, so even the gasoline that's in your car, there's a percentage of hydrogen in gasoline, so it's running on the hydrogen that's contained in gasoline, so everything runs off hydrogen.
Well, there's water. Anti-liquid.
Anti-liquid. Come on.
You know what?
I knew that was coming.
Alright, welcome everybody, man, to Art in the Fly Space. We gotta get all this set up in a minute with the microphone and everything, but when we kind of already officially started, because this is how we normally start our shows off with some conversation. We just talk amongst ourselves, we get to know each other and, talk about whatever the hell is going on in the world or not in the world or whatever you want to talk about. So I'll start with this. So, Brother Hop, tell me about your week, man. Last week, just started. How was your last week?
How y'all doing, everybody?
How you doing?
Yeah, by the way, my week was good, real productive. Got a couple grants done, made a little progress in my business, etc.
Okay.
Yeah, so just grinding.
So you said you got some grants done? White grants?
Yeah, writing grants and searching grants and getting ready for grants. Yeah, so.
How long you been writing grants?
I mean, it's like simple grants, like not the real like crazy one yet. I gotta find.
What's a simple grant?
More so telling you about like how something affected your life, or telling you about like COVID, for example. A lot of grants right now they asking like how COVID affected you, you know what I'm saying, and affected your business and things like that. So more so situational based.
Okay, that's a very good knowledge, man. Because I mean, I'm not a grant writer. I don't know a whole lot. I know about grants, but I don't. I'm not. That's not my thing. So like to have somebody who actually like practices that, you know what I'm saying, and does that is valuable, man. Because I like grants.
I'm getting better at it, so shit. Come at me one day, man, I have more knowledge.
What about today?
Today?
Whatever grant you done. You said plug the motherfucker in. Yes, sir.
The LISC grant, I believe. That's my grant. It's like $10,000 grant. It's on you go to Verizon and you go to their website. It's LISC.org. Check it out. $10,000 deadline is like June 30th.
Okay. I know Google got a grant out right now. It's the Google grant where they give you $10,000 a month for your nonprofit. Though you got to have a nonprofit, which is a process to get going. I start nonprofits, just so y'all know, but to get that going. But once you got it going, then they give you $10,000 a month in order to put into advertising for your grant. So it'll be Facebook ads or a billboard or whatever the hell else to advertise. And they give it's an indefinite thing. So it's not like, oh, it's only for, no, they give you $10,000 a month until, you know, either A, you reach a status, or B, your shit just ain't working. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, but yeah, that's what's up. That's good to know, man. That's good to know. How about y'all babies, though? Can I ask you what y'all do? Like, what's y'all thing? What's the thing y'all do? What you do? Like the thing you do, like you can do like a job, or you got a talent, or a skill, or art, or a craft, or. Okay. Shit, that's something. A lot of folks can't do that.
She lying. Her talent, girl. She just did mine.
That's an art.
Right here.
Let me see, hold on. Turn it left, turn it right. Let me see. Booyah! Damn, that shit crispy as fuck. See? You got to reinvent your business, you know what I'm saying? Why not?
She's like, yo.
You know what I'm saying? You can make some money doing that. For real. Alright, okay. Alright, how about you, sister?
I don't have an art with a job. I work at the post.
Okay, what do you do at the post office? Can I ask?
Process email.
Processing mail.
We work at the post office.
Which one?
Second, we work, APPA.
Oh, me and her work at the Metroplex.
Yeah, town. Let's go.
I
Yeah.
don't have one of those.
Are y'all pro party yet?
No.
Don't do that. Don't make that face. Right. No, don't do that. I'm pro party yet. Going to raise, okay? You is. I is.
I already hear that.
Damn! I like her. Yeah, I like her.
I mean, I've been there in about 15 years. That's my hometown. Born and bred. My grandmother was born there. You know what I mean? I come from a different Pontiac though. And then like this new Pontiac, I come from Pontiac when the Superdome was there and shit. It was a whole different vibe, a whole different life.
You central or north?
Norman, baby. Home of the husbands. So we all die. What you talking about?
Oh, I can put this.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm glad y'all Pontiac. You know what I mean? I'm glad y'all out there, you know, making it better and shit, right? I appreciate y'all. That's what's up. All right, sister. How was your last week?
It was alright. Like I said, just work.
You didn't play at all. You don't gotta play.
Just playing right now.
So what's okay? So let's say that you had a $500,000 budget, right? Untaxed. Somebody gave you 500 grand. Was like, listen, go do something. What would you do? You can't invest it to make more money. That's all like something fun and shit.
Probably work on some of my projects that I want to do, or either take a trip somewhere.
Where?
Take at least a week off.
Where would you go?
I want to go to the Maldives.
Oh yeah.
I want to get that so bad.
Hell yeah. You don't need 500 grand to do it though.
No, of course not. But you need enough. But you need at least what, a good 16, 17 hours just to get across the water, just get over there, because that's another side of work.
All this work you put in, you got a whole month you can take off and get paid for it. You working your ass off. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, I like your hair. I like your hair, man. Especially when you got it in there, the colors. I like it. Yeah.
Make you want a bulletproof.
I'm digging that. I'm gonna come back to you whether you chill right now. How was your last week?
My last week, cool. I got to spend my that time with my grandchildren.
Hell yeah.
All 7 of them at the same time.
Oh God, you slept good that night.
So much more better.
All right.
And I walked over to the floor, and went out there and flagged till they toes fell out.
Yeah.
Get out the pool. Then they went to sleep, went home, chilled. And I think the top of the day was on my way here today. I'm parked there. I stopped at the red light at back of Woodward. And I saw this lady with a waist around her bike over there. She was wearing tracks. Motorboat myself.
You stupid as fuck. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Like, that was easy to ask me to show my own friend with the mic and shit, man. Because easy to ask me, my co-host, I'm his co-host. Yeah, man, nobody traps except for this brother. He's a hard-headed man. And he got a new job, he worked his ass off, man. You know what I mean? Having shit stand in shape. You know what I mean? Reading books. You know, motherfucking helping the community. Like, he does my tasks like literally every day, man. That's a powerful man over there, man. Like, for real. Like, yeah, because it's loud, and we loud, and they loud, we got the air horns. We listen to air gate. We ain't gonna use this yet, though, right? Okay, we're gonna hear from the first. And we're popping the middle. Now I'm not saying that it's not a good ways. Some of the sort of areas, some of the names. Some of the names. Some of the lip. My lip be sweating like a motherfucker. I'll be like, bitch. Bitch.
You sure that ain't from your nose?
You said what? So shut the fuck up.
I told you right now.
Nah. If you take the book, I'll sweat some more. What the fuck? Really good. I'm security boy. Told you guys it'd be cool. No, hey, nigga. I was in Sugar House when I came here. And they had their air on me. -7. It was so cold in that bitch, like, unnecessarily. And then, the white ones was loving that shit. They were like, yeah! I icy was coming off my fucking beard and shit. It was terrible, bro. Tomorrow, I'm going to drink now, nigga. I'm done. So yeah, so my nephews and my nieces came over yesterday. I barbecued for them, and they tore up my outside so terribly. Like, they knocked over the fucking shit, and I was outside drinking beer and shit. I've been outside like, what the fuck? Like, they outside like, driving cars, what's called the cars the kids drive, little Jeeps and shit. Driving motherfuckers all over the grass, knocking over shit. I cussed every last one of them out. Every last one. Cussed them out clean, too. The fuck wrong with y'all?
Use character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the mom was like, don't be cussing them like that. Fuck you, shut the fuck up, cussing their ass out. Yeah, my house ain't on my shit. Like, I'll tell you what, it's all over your house. And see how you feel to take your shit up.
They can clean your house up and go there for 2 days.
That's right. No, they did. They did everything. I don't play that shit. I don't play that. I don't play that. No. You clean all this shit up right now. Alright, so we got some artists in the building, man. Like, I appreciate all the artists coming through. We got some hidden artists, too. Yeah, got some hidden artists in the building. We got the list that we started. So those of you who want to perform, you can sign a list. If you're not sure if you want to sign a list yet, that's cool. We'll sit there for a minute. You'll get motivated. Brother, Detroit Funk brother. Yeah, you get motivated soon. Azizi.
What's up, my brother?
How you feeling, man?
Feeling amazing. Feeling incredible.
Incredible?
Feeling incredible. I had a power nap that I needed. You know what I'm saying? I'm recharged now. It might not look like it on the face. My face is on the last. My face is on the last part of the wake up. Everything else was
Yeah, but one time before you was like, you know how niggas sound when you try not to sound asleep? He was like, no, so I'm worried right now. It was not to put out what I thought. Yeah, that's alright. Sleep is fundamental, man.
Everything happened so fast.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. You know, you get home and you sit around and you're out. Yeah, be like that. It's a cool down for the rest of the week, though. So that way we're about to get this hot the rest of the week. It's gonna snow on Thursday.
Don't cuss.
It's Christian. You never know.
Don't do that.
So snow.
Don't do that.
You don't like the snow?
Don't do that.
Your name right here. What's your name? How you doing? Hey, I'm just now. How you doing? What's your name? Casey. Casey, what's your favorite season of the year?
Fall.
Fall? Why?
Because it's not too hot and not too cold.
Okay. How about people with leaves and shit? You don't know? Like leaves in the colors and all that?
Yeah, the colors.
You ever been to Traverse City before?
No, I've never been.
Oh man, it's beautiful. Because like you drive in Traverse City, when you first get there, you gotta drive past this big ass lake on the right. Then you look on the left, it's like a big ass, like long ass slope of trees. And then when they change the colors, oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, man. It's so beautiful. And they pissing off the water and all that stuff, like it's nice. What's up, Elijah? Come here, down everybody and shit. What you like the booze with you? What the fuck? What up, bro? Last time you did, you ain't even there. But you had to show. Okay, touche.
Power to mic.
Touche. That's a nice shirt, man. It's like African and like British at the same time. Like it's a nice shirt. Man. I like it.
I don't know if you fucking with me.
No.
This shirt is almost 30 years old. I got it and I enjoyed it, but when I moved to Chicago, I put it in a box, in the wrong box, and it was there. Then I moved back here years ago, and I never opened that box. And I guess like last summer, I was busy throwing out crap, and I finally saw it. I was like, oh, put it back! And it was a real baggy, like almost like a dress back then. I was really light.
But now I fit you just right, man. You look good in the shirt, man. In the pause.
My parents was like, "Who's sitting here?" So I said, "Yeah, this was older than my son."
Yeah, I got some socks I had in high school. I put on the day was like, ooh, I should do that.
While you both shot it, I had the socks I used to wear playing football and basketball.
Why you still got them?
Yeah, but they don't. I can't wear them.
I know you don't.
I mean, these things only one game day. They're nice to school colors. But the thing is, the elastic is gone, so that they won't stay on my feet.
So you need to swap around.
Yeah, you can't.
Like hospital socks.
Yeah. They stay on. You got the natural. But they won't stay on because the fuckers.
But the best socks,
The Emerson Glory is.
the best socks I ever had in my life was from the hospital. The blue ones with the rips on the bottom.
Yes.
Man, I watched this nigga guy. Best socks ever. You know about them. You went in the hospital. Which one you? You know about them. You know about the best socks ever. Yeah. And I see that the guy all the way down. I'm going to ask you why. I always do it backwards. That's another time for, another kind of night.
Just as long as you have on the gray gown, that's it.
The what?
The gray gown.
No, it's the blue one. Like the little tie in, like, that's the front. That's how it's at.
But just don't have gray one on.
This is it. I don't know that.
Psychic.
I did that. And I went out there back.
Hospital too, so yeah.
Yeah, when I went out there, that had his back, That's the other one, probably. I mean, that's what the OCJ. On some speeding ticket shit, they locked me up for some past, like, warrants and shit. And I remember when the first time I went to OCJ, Orange County Jail, what's going on? And I walk in, when you first walk in, it's like you have to check in at this, like, gate. And there's a guard there, like, to check you in and give you a little badge and shit, you put in your arm and so that you're an inmate. You go to another gate, and then you look to the right, they got, well, to the left, they call it a bullet pen. That's for everybody, like, the holding cells before you get placed and you go. And then on the right is the crazy nigga bullet pen. And it's like, no, fuck you. So I walk in, and I'm looking around and shit, like, some fucked up shit. I mean, I look over, this nigga, in one of the rooms, he got shit over the diaper, right? He had to be like, going crazy. And so I turn around, I look at the bed to see if he was like, so I was looking like, what the fuck? I looked at him to see if he was looking like, what the fuck? He looked at normal, I was like, okay, this is normal. I look back, he got his diaper off. And he's wiping it, he got shit in his diaper, he said, smearing it on the window. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, bro. This is not it.
What did you smear on the window? Did it write like help?
No, he wrote upside down cross or some shit. Like, bro, shit. Shit.
Smear campaign.
That's great.
That's good. We should write that down. Brother. That's good. Keep going. Yeah, that was good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook off this mic, and I'm gonna call it disease application. This is helping wake up, man. This is helping get out that groggy. Okay, express yourself. So what was that? Yeah, disease application. This one is disease.
That's what's up, man. I wasn't really asleep, y'all. I just like making it seem like I'm asleep sometimes. Especially when it's like hot as hell outside, and you go home like just briefly after work, after like driving like 45 minutes, tour and shit, and you have the air conditioning on, and you got the fan on, you just like sit down for a split second to rest your eyes, right? My dad, I have like the best dad ever, man. My parents got divorced when I was like 7. And they were like, I remember like distinctly some conversations where my dad was like, I'm gonna be there in 2 hours. And I called him like 2.5 hours, and he tells me I was resting my eyes, so I gotta come and get you tomorrow. And I used to be disappointed as a little guy. Like I didn't understand like the world and how it works and how you lose energy like every year, like you lose like 10% of the energy you had last year.
You do, I know.
But I was resting my eyes.
You said hair, what?
Yeah, hair too. Yeah, man, it is hotter than
I got the start.
the goddamn middle passages. Like, this shit feels like,
That's just when I have my.
I don't know. I'm never going to say this, but this is uncomfortable. But the beautiful thing is, the other side of this is, sweat is sexy when it doesn't lead to must.
That's a good point at the end of that. That's what I'm saying.
Walk with me.
New sweat.
New sweat?
Yeah, old sweat.
Once it's 6-4 minutes, you got a problem.
Yeah, you don't want no recycled sweat. You want some, it has to be fresh.
And the different kind of sweat, you got, like, head sweat is okay. But booty sweat and thigh sweat, that's when it goes bad.
I don't know, in a certain context, booty sweat is not necessarily the worst thing.
Well, in this context.
You know what I
Booty sweat. Booty sweat.
I think it's the James Brown song.
Booty sweat.
It's not a city.
I do think it is.
Not a city. Did y'all have a good weekend? Did everybody have a good Memorial Day weekend?
Yes, sir.
I got a lot of stuff done last month.
Yeah, I did too, man. I never got with my brothers, man, this weekend. You know, I usually reserve at least one day.
I invited him over for barbecue. Told me he had to bring shit. I'll buy everything. Beer, food, everything. Motherfucker ain't even show up.
Rest of my eyes, man. It was one of those long ass weekends for me. But I love Memorial Day weekend in Detroit is a good portion of why I moved here. Like Memorial Day weekend, I put Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I put that up next to like really anything in any other city, whether it's like Mardi Gras or I don't know. It just like the city just livens up. And I feel like this past weekend was like the first pre-COVID feeling weekend that we had in 3.5 years, 3 years.
Nobody got shot.
Shit.
I didn't know about that.
Good time.
Somebody got shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big time?
Yeah, there was in Greektown, there was something that happened, in a little, there were a couple incidents. There was nothing stupid, which is why we hate, it's all stupid, but it was nothing like dumb stupid. But yeah, people got shot. But it was, overwhelmingly, I feel like the energy of the city was good, man. I hope that, I hope COVID, stays at bay and we can keep going in that direction, because that really, that felt good. I like your wristband, Elijah. You still got your shit on too?
You know what? It was serious. It cost me $25. So
Yeah.
It's waterproof and all. But it was live. I don't know if y'all been to the Spotlight.
Yeah.
But they had a live band, and the dude on the move was playing. It was almost like a house music techno jam, but the live musicians were playing with it. It was something happening up in there.
Good booty sweat.
That's good booty sweat there.
Good booty sweat. Yeah.
And they'll tell you, I'm old, so
We will tell you.
I don't like dancing with the way the kids now. The kids, the only way they dance now is the whole thing. They don't ask them to dance. Yeah, they don't dance anymore. I like to dance with one woman. I don't need 5 people all. So, I was dancing last weekend. It was deep house disco. Killed in there. Oh, it was fun.
Now, I went to the Jerk and Joe off at the Aretha.
Word. That was bumping. It
I know that.
was bumping everywhere.
Yeah.
Bumping everywhere.
That's it.
You're right. Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Detroit is bumping. And that's when the sisters come out with their gear. That's when they come out with the sundresses, with the hot pants.
God bless them.
They all just saving it all winter.
Yes.
Memorial Day weekend when y'all come out with it.
Yeah. This is the start of sundress season. I look forward to it every year, man.
God bless sundress season.
God bless sundress season. Every year around October, I start questioning why the fuck I moved here. But every Memorial weekend, I'm like, all right, this is.
We noticed it's easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I walked in, I had a lady coming inside. She was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "That's Azizi. That's the co-host here." She's like, "For real?" I'm like, yes, like, do he know that he has on what do you call it, thigh pants? What do you call it, male thigh pants? Yeah, man. So, you gotta live in the season.
Hey man, some of the hardest brothers ever wore short shorts. Rick Mahorn.
James Brown. People
Don't say shit about my shorts if you're not willing to say Rick Mahorn, dog.
Fuck Rick Mahorn.
You say that here.
I'm here. He ain't here, baby.
That's still a massive
I
motherfucker.
only fuck you 6'8", 320. I don't give a fuck.
He looks like an SUV.
Yeah,
I saw him at the gas station up in Troy. Like,
Very big as shit.
Really?
fix something.
You still here?
Yeah, still see. He goes to the Wednesday night in
What's your line?
Montana. He's there. The last few times I saw him, he was either there or he was coming at that gas station.
That's what's up, man.
He is enormous.
If I was a basketball player, I mean, okay. And I love Detroit. I love Detroit. But if I was a basketball player and I was traveling to all 50 states to play the game of basketball, any sort of athlete, I respect it. What I'm saying is, I respect that Rick Mahorn is still cute.
We don't popular here. He is popular in other places too. You know what I mean? But in the summertime, you won't see him in the winter.
Yeah.
He's here in the summer.
Yeah.
And even then, he's only here for a little while. I mean, he's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about the summer home, man. Come on in, man. Get a little fight. That's what's up.
No seats here. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So he don't about to get up though.
Yeah, tell me about me, motherfucker. Well, thank you, man. So quick, man, couple ground rules. First ground rule is respect Mike. If you hear,
What's respect to Mike mean?
I'm sorry. Or second, please?
No, I thought big.
Alright, respect to Mike means if something's going on up here, artistically speaking, you are paying your attention. We have like OGs and vets like this that have been in the game for 35 years and comfortable with their material. And then you have like other people, it might be novices, right? Might be up here for the first time. And sometimes the difference between a person's first time and getting up for the second time is how it went the first time. So we want to make sure everybody is showing love and the respect. Third rule, second rule, if it bleeds, has the potential to disturb the show, any cell phones, pagers, tethers, anything like that, man, put it on vibrate, put it on airplane mode, put it in the car, put it somewhere else. Rule number
Three, man.
I said front. Maybe go roast nobody. I like that y'all matching too, man. Y'all fly. You tell what y'all together, man. I like it. That's what's up. This is what she's trying to avoid us in back there, so I ain't gonna say any more awkward.
I'm putting faces. Don't worry about it. I'm working on it.
Word up. Let me see. Also, if you hear something that you like, let the artist know. If you hear something that you don't like, you can also let the artist know. We want this to be an even exchange of energy in a poetic circle.
How do we let them know if they like it?
In a poetic circle, typically, we let the people on stage know that they feel what they're saying by either snapping, clapping, or something.
Trying to accident something, motherfucker? Trying to get any accident something?
We do it together. We get some snaps on.
Dehydrated.
Yeah, that's the. Let that be the very minimum. I see some new folks came in, just so you guys do know, there is a $10 charge to be here at the show, participate at the show. It goes for a great cause. It goes for the air conditioning unit that clearly isn't in this motherfucker, because I'm hotter than, I don't even know what it is. I'm trying to find a good analogy and shit, but it's hot.
Shit, we outside basically.
We outside. It's all good. But yeah, $2 just donation. If you don't have it, that's fine. We won't kick you out. We'll make it out for you. We might.
We might see you outside.
We might see you outside. You can have Cash App as well. Cash App is DIZMANTLE. $PIZMANTLE. And there is a suggested donation. Appreciate y'all, man. It goes to the United Negroes who don't go to college fund. Alright, I'm gonna do a piece. I'm gonna do a piece. That's a legit nonprofit. almost, right? Well, let me hear it.
Almost.
Damn!
I was gonna say, I was like,
Boy. Hey, dude. Yo, what piece should I do, man? What piece should I open?
Man, that moon and stars shit, man, you know, I was the best at the time. Like, after the sun, the moon, and whatever that shit called, bro.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Nice. The moon and the stars shit.
remember?
Alright, let me see.
Shouldn't have wore them comedic swim trunks, man. Messing up your memory, bro.
I hate it when a joke hits you. Alright. Okay.
The one standing up, ball with the
Perhaps he was shooting for the stars.
So I'll try.
Venus or Mars. Aiming for the heavens, he was trying to hit God, or maybe even Ra, so that the night could be forever. Or an unsuspecting bird on the sea of scattered feathers, he was aiming for the sky, the stars, the ozone, and the weather. The night sky forever pierced. The other one outside that door, so when you don't want to talk, you don't want to get cool, whatever the fuck is going on outside though. Alright. Yeah, that was popular. Well, that's my home by the brother shooting his gun outside in the parking lot, and I was like, damn, brother, you would have all that ammo. What the fuck are you shooting them for? Why do I feel like this guy loud when I told him? Okay. Give my number. Yeah. I bet. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm not gonna do that tomorrow again. If I want to hear it tomorrow, $5 like I'll do it again.
How about 275?
$275.
See, you got
Excuse me, brother, I'm busy.
Oh, you got your phone out, bro. I'm still waiting on you.
I've got my home. I got my home. I stopped my home. You know why I stopped my home? Because brother was asking me about goddamn thing when I'm trying to look at shit. I never had a video.
You got the Apple Pay.
Oh, I do a bitch. Alright. Pause.
Can I record or you already got one?
I gotta center myself. I got it, brother. Black man. Comedic shorts. I got your ass. Okay.
Comedic swim trunks.
Yo, man. This is what the comedic royalty wore when they went swimming in the middle of the desert. Okay. I don't know why. I never have a hard time pulling the phone out of my head, out of this, and I'm not gonna have a hard time now. I hear it.
You got it?
That's not the phone I want to do. This is okay. It's getting out.
That's what I'm going to do, man.
I want to do that phone. Do that.
You know ass, okay?
Okay. Mark my words, cross my T's, dot my I's. I've been around the world a couple of times. Never have I ever met a sister that is as fine as you are, because you are much more than a diamond, incredible, edible. Your flavor is delectable. The doctor and the ruffians should still stay impeccable, caressing you and dressing you with these thoughts of sexing you, but my tongue is for more than just poetry, so let me stay respectful. When you and I connected, I never thought I'd step to you. You're 9 to 5, I'm on the road, our schedule's not that flexible. I see you with a man or two, you see me with some girls, a few, and like I said, you're beautiful from follicle to cuticle, but you, But like the sister see me, I was like a nigga who actions at the time didn't make me deserving of you. I promise on this round that I'm gonna make myself worthy of you. If you just let me serenade you. Like queen in the likeness of the highest, that's the image I hold. You're a seducer, like Medusa, turn this god into stone. This kind of sutra shit is useless, it's write a book of our own. Falling asleep, you kind of glue and then wake up to some more. Breast eggs in a mimosa, skin reflecting your tone, Afro-Caribbean, Dominican, but sister for sure. And when you're whispering, I'm listening like taps on my phone, and if you let me serenade, you like the name of this poem, with this hip-hop. Little spoken word, little jazz, and it won't stop. Till I see you nodding your head and the beat drops. And then I'm gonna put you to bed with my detox and make love to you. Mental instead of knocking Reeboks. You're wetter than Katrina. My fair weather friend don't need a waiting on the FEMA. I never leave you stranded and always keep it tantric. You can be my queen of soul, something like Aretha. If you live me, serenade you. That's that piece. You will have more years, y'all will have more years, your host, their mind is mental.
It's not in the books.
Fix it up.
That's in the poem. All right. Let's see. I had a request. I did a request. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it. Do you? I don't know what I want to do. That's a good option. That's like the only request I've had. You got a request? It's like, I don't know what the fuck you do. All right.
She's like, don't spit on me.
What? Yeah. That's not what she said. All right. What? That's not a pause. All right. Okay. Let's do. I got like the top of it. Do that wrong. So let's do this one. Some more personal shit. Everybody say personal shit. Personal shit. Shit that you're not big. Yeah, exactly. But it's personal shit. It used to be that in order for me to keep my sanity, I would flee. When circumstances got too heavy for me, the bruises from society's finger points began to provoke the understanding of the lesson me that I would bow out humbly and receive all the guilt and heaviness that finds its way pushing on my sanity. Push-ups and write-downs would keep me from being down. Keeping family and alcohol around was a foot from the ground. Prayer and meditation and my crown was what kept me from coming down. But now, in a time when it almost seems like a fight or lose, when I've been through the struggles and paid my dues, when I've taken the bumps and the bruises and all these stories to prove the desolate lands that I've walked through when I can't run anymore. It becomes harder to hide from these feelings inside that's brewing from well over a decade. And a masquerade of a smile that covers the pain no longer sustains the stains from tattered sheets. So I come to a point where me and me must meet. So they greet. The conversation starts off persuasive by telling me that on all other occasions when I hid behind about braces of negative insecurities that I turned out fine, that if I continue to pay another line and still hold my head up high, repress the pain and tears until the day that I die, I will continue to be alright. A new self cuts in, refusing to let me win. Because the jab and the chin begins to dive on in. It's a long hard battle. Pushing, biting, yelling, even tackles. The old me is reaching for the throat. The new me is reaching for the shackles. Willing to risk his life to free me from self. Fight so hard that there's nothing ever else. Back and forth and fight back and forth and tears flow in the night. Trying hard to clear my sight so I can see again. I almost lost myself in criticism and uncertain colonialism, embarrassed by imperialism, so my pinnacle was missing, trying doors only to find them locked from the inside. Whispers turn to echoes from my screams in the moon. I feel so tight I damn near depressed. The rolling on my chest is only the society's dreams of success, and I'm caught in a mess because I desire kids and a family, but the man in me won't allow me to bring a seed into my mess. Don't want the struggles of my forefathers. Don't want to have to be bothered with broken promises, and I'm honest, this is going to drive me insane. The older I get, the hungrier I spit. And the hungrier I spit, the more I lose vision of what this shit really is, but did. I can't continue to live in this fashion. I'm replacing dollars for my passions. I can cash in and keep the ration, selling myself short like a 5-yard pass in a 10-yard game. I love who I am, but I hate what I became. So I strive to change the becoming, because it don't matter what you have. If you don't have peace, you have nothing. Ears to God tell me something. I've tried lots of avenues to keep me from losing the issues of dues to the point that I've tried to disprove, and the fault of things that don't move is really the fault of who? But I won't go on too long about all of my life's wrongs. The fight is still on. But the shackles have been damaged and the blood has begun to pour, and the new me has to hold me back into a door, and the fight is beginning to soar to new heights of determination. I pray for whatever self I end up facing that God continues to have his place in. I'm almost fucking pacing, even find myself waiting for a certain outcome. But I'm anxious. So I know I have to choose a side in order to help this fight. Me or me? Which would it be? Me or me? Which would it be? Alright, so I'm waiting to know what I'm feeling like a little at home, but we're gonna work this out. Up first on the mic. Wait, I got my list. Actually, I made my list. I'm gonna do my list today. I'm gonna do that. Alright, so let me go back. And then go back again. Up first on the mic. Oh, y'all can let the brother Eric. Give up our list first. Come on right here.
How's everybody doing today?
What you doing?
I'm doing good today. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank our host. I want to thank this company, the Detroit Ship Company. I want to thank all the other artists. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I'm in a little pickle today because I had to go to the doctor. And being as old as I am, everything don't work like it used to. And at the request of my wife, I met a doctor's appointment, and he's in the office, and he goes, okay, what brings you in today? And before I can get a word out of my mouth, my wife goes, his penis got too many knots in it. She said, his penis got too many knots in it.
Mr. Kirk, what I'm sorry.
The doctor appointment today. She asked me why I came in. And before I could get a word out of you, my wife and this guy, they go to the same high school. And he's sitting up there like, well, okay, can you explain what it is? His penis got too many knots. Yeah, not big enough, not hard enough, not long enough. That's what I call a nice break. I do one of those. Wow. But right now, I have two personalities. I have an Eric and I have a Ricky. Eric is who you take home to meet your mother. Ricky is who you sneak out the back door to hang out with. Ricky don't have no filter, but Ricky has a conscience. And
Who we got today?
we got Ricky.
Oh shit.
Ricky, we got Ricky today. So with this piece is called Why? Because we want to know. And I spent the weekend with my grandchildren. And then the event, the events that happened over the past week, my grandchildren are the same age as some of these children that lost their lives in Texas. So I had to get this out my system because this shit was eating me up. What goes on in your mind that you would kill a child? Is it their youth or... Let me stop. This is no way reflect the opinions and the views of the host, this establishment, because I can't be getting canceled and shit. I ain't got no money. IRS already after my ass. What goes on in your mind that you could kill a child? Is it their youth, their innocence, or their manner that is mild? What were you thinking? What could you possibly hope to gain? Devastating those families, causing immeasurable pain. I didn't know a single victim, but I surely felt a loss. Something is wrong with this system, and it must be fixed at all costs. A family can't buy formula for their daughter or their son, but your barely legal ass went out and just bought a gun. Oh, but you lost your life, and out the window your life you threw. A one-way ticket to hell is what I hope is waiting for you. People like you get arrested, or maybe killed by the law. Some take their own life, but this is the last straw. Did you think you'd be a hero? Did you think this bullshit make you any bigger? By applying 4 pounds of pressure just to pull a trigger. If you knew you wanted to die, the solution is very simple. You could have saved the world 19 lives and put the gun up to your temple. Thank you. Now the serious shit is out the way. Let's have some fun.
That's a dope piece, though. That's great.
I was going to do a song. What is your name? Yeah.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It is B208. And it should pop up. B208.
It's connecting. It said it couldn't connect. Well, I do something else.
I'm in the line.
Okay. How many of y'all out there got pet peeves? I have several. Being as old as I am, what is one of your pet peeves?
I don't know.
Yes, sir.
I hate the mother,
Maternal fornicators.
I heard that people, park their cars. It's a lost art. Fucking up, I mean.
I have a couple. One of my pet peeves is people who squeeze the toothpaste from the middle of the goddamn tube. I hate that shit.
That's real.
Or a person who won't fill up an ice tray. I know not everybody got shit coming out their door, okay? Some of them go old school.
I got one.
Let's see what your pet peeve is.
I do the same pet peeve that your son does. I'm known for leaving like the toilet paper roll and just putting the new toilet paper roll on top of the like cardboard like roll instead of like don't get wild.
No, my son doesn't do that. I do that.
Okay.
My child, who is a teenager, who's not a baby, he hates, somehow he thinks he's lost the game if he changes the toilet paper roll. So he wants you to look in the one square toilet paper on the son of bitch. And I was like, dude, really? Really? I did take a new tube and you can put it. But it's like when I was a kid, when I was a kid, my brother and I, we hated to have to deal with water jugs. So we run into the house and one would grab the jug, one guy back. No, because he wants to leave like this much in there. That's midget. Because then I don't have to fill it. You know what I'm saying? So you come hold up and be like, a little bit of just moisture at the bottom. Hey, I left something in there. I don't know why I did that as being a kid, but you know, now I was a child.
Well, one of my biggest pet peeves is getting caught at the damn railroad tracks. I hate that shit.
Yes, sir.
And this one is called pet peeves. Sitting in my car, I wonder, as for the third time I heard the same song, the question in my mind is why are trains so goddamn long? Sometimes I'll count the rail cars to pass the time away. Who in the hell did I piss off to get caught at the tracks today? It seems to get worse in the summer as the temperature reaches 95. Roasting a car with no air conditioning, I feel like I'm barely alive. I switch on to some gospel music, hoping closer to Jesus is where I be. The song on the radio was "Take Me to the Water." Oh hell no, I got to pee. The urge is getting stronger. I try to put my mind in a happy place. My stress level is getting higher and sweat is running down my face. If things couldn't get no worse, the train began to back up. But lo and behold, what I see on the floor, an empty McDonald's cup. I proceeded to handle my business. Applied hand sanitizer when I was through. I gave praise to the Lord Almighty that I didn't have to go number 2. The crossing gates are going up. We take off and trying to make up for lost time. I hope everybody got home safe because I went home safely. I returned home safely back to mine. Thank you, and y'all been a wonderful audience.
Give it up for Eric Kirkland once again, y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nah, that's fine, man. I always appreciate appreciate your perspective, Elder. You bring great energy to the show, man. We really appreciate you.
I be trying.
Yeah, you do your thing. You do your thing. Give it up for once again, man. Let me feel a little bit. I have several pet peeves, man. I come from a mom that has like a list of them, like, and I've adopted several of hers. It's funny because like at 18, 19, I could not wait to get out of my mother's house. I couldn't wait to get away from her. She was very demanding. She was very strict. And then I got away from her and I started seeking out a lot of the things that I was running from initially, you know? So it's like the things that my mom annoyed me about are the things that I'm annoyed about when a woman doesn't have those characteristics. So, you know, I'm full circle. Shit is weird. But to make everything make sense for us, man, I hear this guy is an amazing orator. I hear he's a biblical philosopher. He's a philanthropist. His reputation really precedes him, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together and give it up for Nick, y'all.
It's check.
It's what?
It's my first time. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what the more you do with that.
I'm just gonna keep this shit.
There you go.
Okay, so I have a poem. I just got back from India, and it's about. I go to Michigan State, and it's about just how lonely it looks like now without people out there and stuff like that. So this is how it is. You read. Thank you. Just me and you, alone in the summer. I'll keep you warm under cover. What a shame I indulge in bad habits. Years of ours leave my brain with static, trauma inflected. I think I'm addicted to the birds I swallow. Sleep forever, fuck tomorrow. What a shame she thinks she loves me, but she doesn't know the vice bound me. I roll one up, fill my cup, drink till I'm blind, smoke till I'm high, I think I'm fine. Get a little faded to numb my pain. These voices drive me insane. I'm no good, I'll leave you broken. I'm no good, I'll cut you open. What a shame she thinks she loves me, but she doesn't know the vices that bound me. I'll roll one out, fill my cup, and drink till I'm blind, smoke till I'm high. I think I'm fine. Environmental economics.
Okay, because I was like, dude, that's scary. I'm like, is it about a shoe match? Tell us something. I was like, okay, it makes sense. What happened to the hosts? Where the fuck did he go? He can walk out. He just left your money. Yeah, he can walk on the list. Yeah. Alright, okay. What's your name again, man? Nick. Nick, that's what you Nick, man.
I'm like an open mind, yeah.
So what do you do on nights in the rivers? You been stripping?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a student leader, so I do give speeches and stuff, but yeah.
Okay.
The first time I'm singing poem.
So are you in college?
Yeah, I go to Michigan State.
MSU? Let's go. Y'all know MSU?
I just graduated.
You just graduated. I said, you look like, you know what I'm saying, you about to start a career, man. What was your major?
Data science.
Data science? Data science.
I'm actually going out of Michigan too.
Congratulations, man. Where you going?
North Carolina.
Oh, NC. Raleigh?
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Are you single?
No.
You single? You gotta keep them on. You know what I'm saying? Around the beach like, bitch. They engineer, they was stuff on. You know, you just what about Gucci Man shorts with a couple? What about Gucci Man shorts with a couple? Huh? Gucci Man shorts. Gucci Man shorts. You know what that is? You put a dog on your way, you can do that. Hold on now, I saw one there. I'm on it up. Get your Gucci Man shorts and go on the beach. Yeah, North Carolina life, man. Live it up. That's what's up.
Alright, man, I appreciate you sharing, bro. First time I'm like, you sharing my whole life. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Okay, so, are y'all alright? Y'all good? Besides everything hot, besides that. Actually, I can do the AC a little bit now. Y'all put the AC a little bit? A little bit. Ladies, but she like, nigga, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I don't feel shit. Well, it's a little long. It's a little long. But we all work together. That's what's most important. You know what I'm saying? You can be warm by yourself somewhere. In a room, all alone and shit, lonely and sad. But you hear us. You're having a good time. Lonely and sad. You know, if you know you're sad, that's because you ain't still there. So you gotta say hello. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah. So yeah, sure. There's an old saying that it goes, the whole mouth on his head. The squeaky wheel is the oil. You hear me? Yeah. It's a numbers game, man. David is a numbers game.
The noisy target hits the sniper.
The goal, yeah, that's who. That's an assassin ass target, brother. The motherfucker always get shot. Wait a minute, but yeah, you gotta speak up and you gotta speak your mind. Like, I know sometimes it's easier said than done, and I know that I'm more of an outward person. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll say what the fuck I feel, where I'm at, I don't give a shit. You don't like it? I'm gonna say it a nice way. But if you don't like it, then I don't know. It wasn't for you then. But you gotta speak up. Not only for David, that goes for your job, your career, your job treat like shit. Speak up. Fuck it. It's a way to do it. When it's your boss like, bitch, I'm tired of this shit, bitch. You don't look like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a way to do everything, man. Like, and this, especially in today's society, like, you have to speak up about shit. Injustices. If you're happy about something, if you're really a good ass job, you gotta speak up and tell her. You gotta tell her that, baby, you killed that fucking dress tonight. Look at your ass, told on, hanging out and shit. I'm gonna suck your pride from your home. Like, talk to your motherfucking peoples. Communication is vital, man. Nobody agrees? Nobody agrees? Communication is important. You gotta communicate properly, effectively. And if you don't know how to communicate effectively, listen first. Listen first and then respond. Don't always respond first. People respond with nothing being said. How do you respond to something ain't nobody said shit? Like that. Like that's a fun example, right? Exhibit A. Alright. Okay. Alright. So we fill out a list. We're gonna keep working through this list. What's up, brother? I see you before somewhere, man.
Yes.
My man. Welcome, man. Welcome. Alright. Okay, next. And sing. And hey, you speak your shit and do it. That's what they do.
We need a dive back. We need a dive back.
You can dive back? Oh, drive back.
Oh, it's a Lansing.
He's not, a man in the back, the police said he ain't drinking at all. He graduated, he got no drinking sense. Let him drive, don't keep drinking. See, you get drunk as fuck.
I'm saving my drinks for North Carolina.
Alright. Okay. You got to let it be too, though. No, you got to get out of here, y'all. I got to get down here. Wrap it up, man.
Of course.
Alright. Up next to the mic, man. This brother came in, he was like, I ain't doing nothing today.
He's not wrapping it up here.
No, he's not wrapping it up, not at all. Anywho. Y'all say that. Y'all so stupid. This brother came in, he was like, man, I'm not performing today. I'm gonna observe and I ain't doing shit. I was like, you might go there with you with somebody. And you heard somebody who's like, go ahead and put that list there, brother. Let me go ahead and get on now. Alright, so this brother here, man, he go by the wonderful name of Jesus
Is that G Smooth? Y'all so not quite.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, everybody. I'm a songwriter, so this is somewhat of a song instead of a poem. So let me know. Snaps up. Sort of like a war individual, deep thought. It's called Weak September. Welcome to the land of Itchy Goomy, where life feels real gloomy doomy. Welcome to the high step of hoes, No turning back, locked behind the door. Wisdom needed to complete my philosophy. Trust my pain, y'all don't want to rock with me. Question lies in my mind, truth behind the years. And the tears and the fears pass on to my peers. Unsuspected consolation from my enemies. Wars like a wick on a candle, burning in the breeze. High storms, hurricanes, soldiers crying out. Gets better with the weather, never leaving doubt. Leadership has diminished in the dirty game. The rain in the summer reflects the falling vein. Rapid fire all around, trying to beat me down. Gotta dig in deep in the solid ground. There's a case in my land I don't understand. Who's the real allies when I need a hand? Laws been seem to reach for the crown. The light that know me, the light we know me for, no longer can be found. Danger, danger, time is moving fast. I'm a captain in the brigade that's about to clash. Let me out of my beast that you'll remember. We dealt fought battles in the weak September. Rat race ain't fun, but I gotta run. Chasing paper riches with a pointed gun. Gotta eat, gotta fight just to exist. Gotta implement love, put that on my list. Spread the spoils to those that are loyal. In the fields blazing, burn up in oil. Return to the hood, he's a hero. Summer zero, we still shed a tear, folk. Ain't nothing changed except it's rougher. Trying to stay alive, it's a motherfucker. Laughing without a riddle or a joke. The comedy is real, the comic is spoke. Can't you believe it? They talking about me. I'm not the only one that they see, but I'm the one that they'll remember. Foster life and love in a weak September.
Make it do what it do.
No, you got another one.
Let me see.
Think about my mom.
For sure.
I'll do a poem, a quick poem. Although you're a woman and I'm a man, I wish I was your dildo in your bedroom nightstand. If you had no dildo or no baby man, I wish I was your favorite finger on your middle hand. Because your ass is bootylicious and your titties super sweet. And you know that cootie coo, ooh, such a tasty treat. And though my wishes might not come true and my poem is just a fun, I wish I was your pillow so you can squeeze me when you come. Ooh, Jesus.
Nasty shit is always just beneath the surface here. So it's like always check. It's a quarter. You ain't gotta worry about that, it's a quarter. Good shit, OG. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that energy. Gotta put us young brothers on game, man. I was doing it, yes sir. I like the hat too. I think that's all I had. You had some shit to say. There we go. All right, we'll keep that energy, man. Next up to the microphone, next up to the stage. Who the hell is Double R? Is he here?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, obviously, you made a deal with one wall. I'm sorry. I got to see my comedian. Let me be about the game for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Double R.
Shit. Shorts above the Daisy Duke song ass nigga.
I knew that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna address that shit.
That's real.
I'm gonna do shorts out of a vending machine at the airport.
You saw the machine?
No, nigga, I saw it. I'm like, you know, when I'm in Atlanta, gay rights is popping. No, I want no part of that. Heterosexual single male, no, I want no part of that. Like, at all.
Where is that going?
No, that's funny. So, no, this is my dude. Like, we had some other numbers. This is my dude. Just, man, I mean, what's up? So, a lot of stuff going on right now. Anybody into the point like you just like you can't understand what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
So, fuck it. I'm just about to be the asshole in the room. So I'm talking about relationships because I'm a single heterosexual male. So I'm just going to talk about relationships and I'm just going to pop it on that. They be like, who would you be? Sandra Ali and go back and Kevin Savage. If they would have had a kid, I would be that kid. So that's who the fuck I'm going to be right now. You say, what you mean by that? Let's get it. So, talk to this girl on my job, and she like, oh, what's up? And we talk and all this shit right there. And me being a guy, don't worry about what I do for a living, but okay, it is what it is. You can Google my name and I'm on LinkedIn and it will pop up, so it will be there. So, this shit right here would drive me crazy at my job. So, no, I'm just correcting what I'm about to say. So, I don't know. So I'm single, no kids, marriage-minded, doing okay as this. And so I had a conversation with the girl on my job. No, she's fit. She's not bad. She's I don't know. It is what it is. So I talked to her, and so like 2 days ago, we had the job and we had a conversation. So I woke up to her, and she like, I tell her this straight up. I'm like, you here? You all right? But do you realize I ain't never tried to get your number? Nothing like that. So the first thing she says to me is this. So like, oh, you must be gay and not trying to talk to me. So I'm not trying to talk to her. So, as heterosexual black male that's successful, I'm like, hold on. So I'm gay, so I never tried to get your number. She's like, oh, I get 10, 12 dudes a day trying to talk to me. I'm like, well, yeah, we've been here over a year, and I ain't never tried to hit you on the low, none of that. Okay, so we have a conversation come up. I'm like, you know what? I ain't never tried to talk to you. Like, I'm a guy, 9 times out of 10, I'm trying to talk to the girl, she gonna shoot me down. Fellas, that's the real. Because fellas, look, we'll fuck 95% of women. But yes,
That's a big number.
95% of women won't fuck us.
61%, I remember.
Okay, 61.
And my phone is a secret.
And so, like, I'm like, so look, I talked to her, and like, so we had job, this was a real conversation. So I have this conversation. I said, okay, that's cool. It's another way. I'm like, but we've been working for a year. No, like, don't get it twisted. She built, she's fit, she's that. But her attitude, she got a bitch attitude. And that's what's really killed it for me. I'm like, ugh. So I said, okay, look, I never try to talk to you, whatever. I don't treat her no type of way. So I'm like, okay, this is where we at right now. She's like, I don't know. Oh, you might be gay. You might be a pedophile. So now we sit around talking. So I'm like, okay, now this is the situation. So it's like, you know what? We're sitting around. These are my coworkers. So bitches, if I punch you in your face, I'm wrong. You call me a rapist and you call me gay. Do the two most disrespectful things you can say to a heterosexual black male. So if I punch you in your fucking face, I'm wrong. So I already know. Bitch, I'm gonna punch you and I'm gonna whip this nigga ass because he gonna be like, why you need a female? Am I wrong for saying that? You just said the two most disrespectful things you can say off rip. So I'm like, damn, how you come up with that
That's all real. I'm gay, so I ain't trying to talk to you. Then you call me a pedophile, like, oh no, you might fuck the kids. I'm like, damn, bitch, you look like going on 10. This the shit. This the shit you gotta deal with. I don't know. I'm just saying. This the shit you gotta deal with. So, I done made some bad decisions in my life. Anybody else done made some bad decisions that you regretted immediately? Fellas, you done took the girl on a date, but you like, damn, I should be talking to the waiter. You like, God damn, I done took her on a date, I should be talking to the fucking waiter. Like, this shit right here. This shit, I'm gone. Like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. We should be recording this shit right here. YouTube will be slapped. My Patreon will be banging right now. Okay, so let's continue. Hey, sure. All right, look, this shit could be deeper than that. We going there.
For the next 3 minutes, yeah.
Oh yeah, 3 minutes. Okay, cool. So we get to this point. You know, I'm an asshole, but I'm a mature asshole. I'm 38, no kids, you know, a little bit above average, this is what it is. Talk to this girl at my job. I say, hey, what's up? She like, yeah, I got 2 kids, 2 baby daddies. I don't want no more kids. What you bringing to the table? And I'm like, look, for the person I am, the person you am, it's just sex. You telling me I'm not getting a child, and I gotta take care of 2 other nigga kids? Nah, bitch, like you sound like a grown ass man. I'm good. What the fuck? I'm good. I'm good. Like what? Like damn, I can't even. Like nah, I'm good. I'm good. This shit right here is too much for me. Like you know what? I'm about to fuck with this 20-year-old. I'm about to fuck with this 22-year-old and be good. Look, I'm good. Like nah, I'm good. Oh, this is the harsh truth. We go through this shit all the time. So, let's to the point now. I got this little raggedy ass house that I own in Boston Edison and shit, you know. Girl come over. She's like, yeah, I'm about to come chill and all this. Look, I'm a heterosexual guy. So I've been through this shit plenty of times. When the bitch come over, like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna come over here, smoke all your weed. I'm about to hit half your bar, and they be like, you know what? It's 1:30, I gotta go home. Now, fuck that shit. Bring your drink, bring your weed. You can chill in this space, and you can be here. Why I gotta do that? I'm like, exactly. But you want me to put more to this shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then you got a friend, see, why I fuck up? I go out, I try to, look, it be like 4 or 5 girls out, right? Big girl got the car. I learned this the hard way. The big girl is the one that got the car. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to the big girl, I'm gonna flirt with her. Even though I'm gonna fuck 2 or 3 of her friends. Huh?
You giving away secrets now. What the fuck?
You say what? Well, I said the big girl about Caesar size. Right, we had a fight. This bitch will knock me out. This bitch will knock the change out of my pocket. Big girl. Dead ass serious.
I never had to change that out of my pocket.
What? Shit, Caesar will knock the change out of your pocket. And that was the girl. Did you get up? I want to come smack you. I'm just saying. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's gonna be dead ass honest. So I don't date no more because I've asked 3 questions and I'm not dating no more. It's just like, look, I've asked 3 questions and there ain't no reason for no dates. 3 questions.
What's the question?
I'm not.
How many kids you got? How many baby daddies you got? Where you work at?
That should be the same answer, bro.
You can take 2. You can take 2.
Right.
Like I said, I I'm like, look, because look, and see where I look, I know at my age, I already know I'm in the girl, she at least, at minimum, will have one kid. I'm cool with that. I own a 5-bedroom house. I'm cool with that. But my whole thing is a single heterosexual guy. I'm not gonna be arguing. I'm gonna make the game. Like, what?
Single heterosexual.
I'm dead serious. I'm like, man, wrap it up. All right. Ball in, you Mr. Clean in the corner.
Like that, boy.
This man was easy. These my dudes. I knew them for years. I done got on their nerves. They probably gonna whip my ass. Probably whip my ass tonight. But nobody will run home. Hey, these my dudes. Hey, I'm Dutch Lighter. Peace.
That's good for the law. Alright, yeah, I've been on football for a long time, man. A long goddamn time.
Decade. Shit.
One thing I learned about you, you got to catch you before the cognac hit. It's true. You read my mind like a got to catch you before the cognac hit.
I got the same weakness.
Like, there is a fight, man, and we encourage, like, the first part of your whole set was you getting some shit off your chest. Like, straight up. Like, he's gonna say his job, and she told him that he was gay and a pedophile. It should piss him off, man. Get up, that's what fights are for. So, regardless of how it lands, but that's what this shit is for, is to get this shit off your chest so you don't tell the motherfucker. Okay? So, give him a better bar, man. All right. You know, I have a thought. We got an epiphany recently. You know, the light go off. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I embraced recently is for all our people here, man, who are, you know, independent, wherever you're doing your shit, you on a mission to get somewhere in your finances, or you want to retire, you want to be your business, or whatever it is. You gotta take care of your fucking credit. You gotta take care of your credit. It's important. And just because you don't have perfect credit, it's not as hard as you might think it is to get it back all right. Here's a quick method I'm gonna give you that will raise your score within the next couple months at least 15 to 20 points. If you already been with a bank or credit union for so long, go to the bank or credit union and ask for a small loan. The fact that you've been with them for a long time, now you got a bunch of overdrafts, so you overdraft every week, then we need to talk and get a different strategy. But if you have, you know, that you good, I maintain a little balance, I'm good, I'm all right, I got it, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? The bank will give you a $500 loan, they will. Just on the fact that you've been with them for 6 months to a year or whatever, they'll give it to you. Trust me, I tell you, they'll give it to you. Put the $500 home, don't spend it. When the first payment come up, give them the first payment out of the $500 they gave you. Give them the second payment out of the $500 they gave you, the third, fourth, fifth payment out of the money they gave you anyway. And then when the sixth payment come around, give the rest back to them. Now, you got to put it full on, you make 5 consecutive payments in a month, and you pay it off. Sounds simple, like what? It only makes sense. It makes, trust me, it makes fucking sense. The credit score will go up, $5 loan, the credit score will go up 7 points. 5, 7 points. Wait 2 months, ask for another loan in the process. But this time, ask you $750 or $1,000. Before you know it, within a year, of course, you shouldn't do other things to build a credit score. This is one method. Within a year, you go up at least 25 points. Just off that one method alone, you go 25 points. All next to the right is bam, and then boom, and then and then next to the right, man. Oh yeah, I'm waiting this system. Okay. Alright, so this system been coming here for a while,
And every time I see her, like, you got a little right, a little right, a little right, a little right. She went, nah, hell no, hell no. But you see, she got some force, and I'm excited to hear, I'm excited for her first time in our life. You know what I mean? But I know this is a long last time too, right? Y'all do that? For why? Why? Thank you, excuse me. Y'all do that, y'all let you know, y'all do that.
Hey everybody, I'm Andrea. Why Andrea? And I'm going to do a couple pieces. I'm going to do something a little old school. First, something from the Harlem Renaissance, from the late great Langston Hughes. Something's called Madam's Calling Cards. I had some cards printed the other day. They cost me more than I wanted to pay. I told the man I wasn't no man, but I hankered to see my name in print. Madam Johnson Alberta K. He says, your name looks good, Madam that way. Shall I use Old English or a Roman letter? I said, use American. American's better. There's nothing foreign to my pedigree. Alberta K. Johnson, American, that's me. This one I've been marinating on for a little bit. It's marinade. Yeah, no marination.
I think it probably ferment.
This is a good number, y'all. Okay, so this one's called A Love Letter. My dearest black man, you know I love you, right? I love every motherfucking thing about you. Even though you have a tendency to work my last good nerve, I still love yours. I love your bow-leggedness, the wideness of your nose, the fullness of your lips, the dog kisses we can never forget. That smile and sexy dimples that get my panties instantly wet. Look, that sexy ass full beard I dream about silking. How those 360s forever make us seasick. Your dopeness, your baldness, your unapologetic blackness. How you can rock Timbs and jeans while showing those ink-covered muscles. Then turn right around and rock a 3-piece suit and make business look pleasurable. I absolutely love your sun-kissed, honey-coated copper melanin skin covered in hieroglyphics. The very thing others try to emulate but continuously speculate. The way you hold me with one hand around my waist and the other on my neck, controlling my innermost senses, awakening the very animal-like instincts within me. How the depth of your voice can shake my very core with little to no effort. Black man, I have to tell you, I have loved you, I loved how you made a whole nation go crazy over your tan suit. I love how you demand that they called you Mr. Tibbs and not boy. I love how you called yourself pretty and the greatest. And you made sure they never forget. You showed them and you made sure they never forget. I love how you would tell them, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. And you weren't. But the fact is, we were fearful the day we lost you. I love how you told us to chant, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. I love how you told the other brothers to give thanks and readjust our bad attitude on a hot summer day with just a few ice cubes and the right touch. I love you. I still love you, even though you tried to protect us the best of your ability when they split us up and sent us to multiple plantations. You took the lashes, and in some instances, they called you lazy, savages, and in the end, strange fruit. I love how your back is straight, never slumping, and even in the face of adversity. I love how you love on me so good that you got me singing, go Prince, all the way to the store. I can go on all day with the love that I have for you. All I can do is tell you, stand up for you, make love to you, stand by you, build with you, pray with you, and over you, fight this fight with you, and really exemplify what love truly is. Signed, your dearest black woman.
Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. This last one was kind of really.
You got the same ball.
This one's called Why Won't They Listen? I have to start off with the most sincere apology you will never get from them. I'm sorry, my beloved, that they didn't listen to you. They didn't listen to you when you said, no, I'm not leaving my home country and getting on that ship. They shackled you and forced your hand anyway. I'm sorry they didn't listen to you when you cried out in pain as they nearly ripped and welted your rich melanin off your backside for not working at their desired speed or just because. I'm sorry they didn't believe you when you said you didn't whistle at that so-called woman and they kidnapped you and destroyed your gorgeous pecan brown body and left it unrecognizable. Sorry that when they thought you were playing and you said, Sorry that when they thought you were playing, when you said the revolution won't be televised. I'm sorry they didn't listen to you when you marched and you told them, I'm a man.
Oh.
I'm sorry they didn't listen to you and believe in your dream because I do. I'm sorry they believed a lying-ass police officer over you and gave you a record, and now they have written you off as disenfranchised and incarcerated and only seen as MDOC inmate 082241. I'm especially sorry they didn't listen to you when you told them you were just heading home to your dad's house while holding an iced tea and Skittles, a bag of Skittles. I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to finish celebrating your bachelor party and make it to your wedding the next day. Sorry I can't even begin to express Sorry I can't even begin to express how they didn't hear you when you told them repeatedly you couldn't breathe repeatedly for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and once again, they didn't listen. I still can't understand and sorry that they only see you as 3/5 human, but want to work you 5 times as hard, pay you 3 times as less, and take nearly 2/3 of your paycheck just because. However, what is mind-boggling to me is that they listened to a murderous teenager when he said he was hungry after slaughtering an entire prayer meeting. How they listened when they said they were justified in killing a precious baby girl just sleeping on the couch. They listened and believed a drunk, disgraced ex-cop, ex-girlfriend when she deliberately stormed into your place of peace and ended your legacy. How they listened when you dressed up, however, they listened when they dressed up like barbarians and stormed the Capitol in an attempt to overthrow the government and try to kidnap our governor because they felt like they weren't being heard. Funny thing is, they hear what they want to hear. Well, my beloved king, I'm sorry, but these I'm sorry's never cut it. It's redundant, pointless, and less than nothing. But I hear you. I'm going to continue to stand with you, fight with you, make love to you, bless war with you, build with you, sacrifice with you, do what by any means necessary says, pray with you, treasure you, give babies to you, uphold you through thick and thin, grow with you. I hear you, even when they don't. I do. I'm listening.
All right.
Appreciate you, Wise, Andrea. That was very dope. Give it up for us again, y'all. All right, they said to the microphone, they said to the stage. I think it's getting a little bit cooler here, man. So that's nah, a little bit. All right. Listen to my girl Vasco. You want Vasco, y'all?
sort this out.
Oh, shit, you know. No, they
I was like, get this ice again. Gotta keep them arranged.
Alright, to start it off, how y'all doing tonight? Y'all good? Alright, good. Hey, this is a really good show today, man. I really enjoy everybody who came up here before me. You know, when I come to open mics, you know, spaces like this, right, I more so do it it's more of a passion and expression, but also I come here to, you know, listen to my people, hear y'all speak, right? Because a lot of things that y'all talked about, like Double R, wherever he is, what he was saying, you know, it was funny as shit, but, you know, what I kind of got from that, right? Black masculinity is under attack. I don't think a lot of people truly understand that, right? Because if you don't have a man in the household, right, who gonna defend the village? You know what I'm saying? So it's going back to the black family household with the song Supporter, which is something I'm really big on building, you know, future tense, and also even you know, people in general, right? Because we a lot of the things that I talk about, you know, it's more so to a lot of people get nervous by it, they'll probably get intimidated by it, but it's the truth, right? And the truth don't really care about your feelings, you know, type shit. But hit y'all with this introduction real quick and get started. Alright.
They say Bass, how you go from being this conscious monster to this headless goblin talking all this nonsense? And then you go from talking stocks and investments to drugs and hoes undressing, and then books and valuable lessons, and then how to shoot guns and self-protection, and then I say, my style is pervasive. See, I'm the definition of adoration. I don't follow the 48 laws, even though I read in my dog. I create my own legislation. See, I'm an independent, self-made hustler. I'm sucker-free. Fuck they hypocrisy. Fuck they blasphemy. I don't want none of these fake-ass motherfuckers' business or support. Why? Because only the real gon' blasphemy, 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 blasphemy. Yo, God forgives my ancestors. Don't I go by the stage name Vasco, and his first piece I call it The Truth. Alright. From the beginning when we was winning, humanity's pioneers, pink people was looking at us grinning, saying, we gon' get them like this, do them like that. We gon' do them like dogs, feed them hogs. Oh, deception they learned from us. We turned our backs and they burned a hole in us. They brought plagues, took riches. What if we flip the switch and kill all them bitches? Cause of petty factions, murder and mass fractions all happened during human interaction. So fuck that ally extreme, am I? Well, say that to Leopold II when he went to the Congo and made my brethren's heads roll. So fuck that ally extreme, am I? Well, say that to my nana, we'll say that to my papa. Wait, they gone now, can't see them, they prone now. White poison set in medicine and stone lines, damn. Give me my strap so white can say white one. Be gone, pink demon, just be gone, damn. White psychosis, this is genosis. No, wait, this is hypnosis. That's that piece.
Okay.
There you go, I'm gonna lighten the mood up a little bit in the room. This next piece I call Bad Bitch. So I'm gonna need some crowd participation. Y'all got it?
Got it.
Alright, good. Alright, it was a saying I heard a while back. Somebody, they was like, these bitches not spiritual. They just fuck, smoke, pop, collect rocks, and hear a voice inside their head. I said, what you mean? He said, that's a bad bitch for you. I said, okay. That kind of inspired this poem. So when I say bad bitch, I need y'all to say, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Y'all got me? Y'all got me. Bad bitch, bad bitch. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you?
yeah, all right. So I mean, you gotta get a little more energetic. You know what I'm saying? I want a lot of participation. You know what I'm saying? I want to connect with my people. All right, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Bad bitch, bad bitch.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad bitch, bad bitch.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad bitch, I know life really did you bad, but damn, how the fuck can I take you back? Your face can't get attention, so she shake that ass. Goddamn, she is a curve, so she wearing a mask. Bad bitch ain't got no skills, so she living for cash. Bad bitch is kinda slow, so she moving too fast. I told baby girl, you's a bad bitch, so how the fuck can I take you back, back, back? How the fuck can I take her back? So, do I trust these hoes, y'all?
No, I don't know.
If you can't buy a record, she moving on, nigga. On the low, she got about 3 to 4 niggas. You work hard for your shit, but she a gold nigga. You got a business and she working part-time, scratching for change, but she ain't messing with no broke nigga. So, 2 years later, you finally got a breakthrough. 2 years later, her right ass went to a party and got ran through. 3 years later, you the man, fool. 3 years later, she still looking for a man on that bar stool. That's cool. She came back to me acting a fool. She said she's so used to defying the rules because, well, her daddy barely cared about it. When she left, her mama didn't give a who, what, where about it. So she went to the streets looking for a paranoid. And now, well, she is no Asada, the king's mama. It's all in her head, but she a false prophet. And then she said, bad bitch. I said, bitch, stop. Bad bitch, stop. Bad bitch, bad bitch.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad bitch, bad bitch.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
I told baby girl, you're a bad bitch. So how the fuck can I take you back? How the fuck can I take her back, y'all? That's bad, bitch. That's that piece. So yeah, man. For the people who don't follow me already, y'all can follow me. Y'all can follow me on Instagram. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Vasmotive. That's VASMOTIVE. I have a clothing brand called Severe, which I have on right now. That symbol that y'all see on my back, it comes from the Andinka tribe over in West Africa, man. It means stay ready in time for war. It's a war horn that the children and the ancestors used to kind of blow, when the enemies, enemies, colonizers, et cetera, right? It was in the village. So it kind of inspired my whole brand. Like, love is dangerous. It doesn't necessarily mean that love is a bad thing. It means love can be an asset or a liability. So, got Stay Dangerous, a couple of other shirts too as well. Also got a nonprofit. I got a nonprofit that I have called Origin, right? It means to find your origin, find out who you are. Once you find out who you are, you find your greatness. I have an event coming up over on Pearson and Livernois, man. All the way from Pearson, Lindenwood, all the way to Pearson, Greenfield. We're gonna do like community cleanups, connect our community, black businesses and everything else. So y'all follow me. Y'all see it pop up real shortly, but yeah, that's all I want to get out today. That's it.
Yo, give it up back for
I recognize that because I put a lot of thought in mind, man. That's a beautiful trait to have, man. Keep writing, keep doing your thing, man. You have a lot to say, and it's all important, man. Good shit, bro. Appreciate you. Word up. Next up to the microphone. I don't know. I got to go out together. Next to the microphone, y'all. Put your hands together and give it up for Caesar.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Put your hands together, show love to the Detroit Shipping Company. Show some love to my boy and brothers for just been on it and TV for bringing us every Tuesday. Yeah. Before we get into it, shameless plug. I'm Caesar Troyano, the host of Lyrics and Libation Poetry Series. We have open mic every Wednesday. We're located at 8420 Lake Nichols between Illinois and Wyoming. We do poetry every Wednesday from 8 to 11. And we invite y'all to come out and enjoy some artistry with us, have a good time. Uncensored poetry, all creative expression as well. Okay, man, I got that shit up here. Damn. Can I get sappy with y'all? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Let's get sappy.
There you go.
Marvin Sappy.
I'm talking like
Warren Sappy.
I'm talking about butterfly sappy.
Butterfly Sappy.
Honey sappy.
In love. L-O-V-E.
L-O-V-E.
You in love, too?
No. I don't know myself. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm almost there. I like
It
myself
took me
a
a
lot.
long time to get there, though. Took a long time. I had a lot of self-esteem issues, lack of self-love there, but you know, pretty much through this whole pandemic, I've been going through pretty much I've been celibate by default. There's a visual fucking with a mask on, I can't do it, I'm sorry. Anyway. Right. I'm just being silly right now.
That's real talk.
I'm just saying. But you know, when you're going through that, it allows you to think about things, take a deep breath, think about your life, and you know, how you lived it, the rhythm of it, you know, things you've done and all that, so I've been kind of on that shit. This poem right here is a poem pretty much about how I love, you know. I'm one of those, I love hard. I'm one of those, bitch, I'll die for you type of person. You know what I'm talking about?
And yet you still live.
Yeah, yet I still live.
Not Chris Rock.
Even though there wasn't words there, I still live. This poem here is called Soul Ties. When you're with somebody and you start really becoming one with that person, you know, it goes deeper than that. And this is pretty much giving my, I won't say a disclaimer, but be related to the person I love. So here we go. I reach out to her. I take her whole small hands and wrap them into my hands like matrimonial cords, while sealing it with a forehead kiss. I squeeze and apply pressure upon her palms and wrists to the point of almost uncomfortable. Simultaneously, I'm pacing these emotions I have caged inside that could be deemed extremely powerful. I look deep into her eyes, through the windows of her soul where her angelic light force resides. I said to her as she stared deep into my eyes with a puzzled look upon her face. I asked her, do you feel the tension of this embrace? The pressure of my hands embrace. This represents the presence of my love. This is my compassion. This is my dedication. The eagerness to achieve for the one I adore complete satisfaction. This is my loyalty and admiration for the one I love. My trust and understanding brought forth through many emotional factions. No one will ever be put above. This is the force of my fealty that courses in your hands. This represents my love and loyalty I project to you this world as being your man. For this bond will bridge through the sands of time and beyond what others could ever comprehend. I nervously released her from my intense grip. She leaned forward with teary eyes and pecked my trembling lips. She whispered to me ever so soft, my man, my soulmate, my king, my babe to the end of days. As her fingertips wiped my tears away, I bowed down to her sobbing while smiling in the name of love. On that.
That's a great piece, man. That's real shit. Yeah, it is, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious that shit, yeah.
When you love her like that, you like, look, please, that part like, please don't fuck up. Don't, this is, you getting this. To have love, to love someone that hard, man. In the selfish world of this, to love that selflessly, that's what anybody. But pretty much that poem touches on that. So everybody say poetry can be anything. Poetry can be anything. Anything can be poetry.
Anything can be poetry. That's exactly right.
So we do exactly. Now I'm gonna change the energy. Out of left field, do you all wanna go?
Four ladies in the room. So
Let me see, I gotta check the energy. Four women, I got one in front of me, I gotta look at.
It's 5.
All right there, one to my right, I see. All right, I think it might be safe to do it when I go on, okay? I ain't gonna do too much when I go on around the sausage, bro, you know what I'm saying?
no, it's not a thing.
You like double R, I only heterosexual.
Yeah, I
I gotta fuck with him, that's my dude, he just he's been like that for years, I swear.
Yeah, it's all right, I think.
Ain't the same thing with Trump. All right, we're on soul time. All right, let's go to, I know what I'm looking for. I am looking for the assignment.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that's it. And it's coming. No, we're going to do this dishwasher. She's sick. This was a ball I wrote 11 years ago. Natty Ball. His good ass fuck. I changed him. He used to be called Sneaker Fuck. Now it's called Sneaky Link. So, what do we do? What up, Dre? Yeah, I know my man right there. Show about the Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Boo.
I'm thirsty enough when I gave you some fucking presents. Knowing that you got a man, but my dick haven't received that message. Perfect. I live on that bill.
Sorry, man.
I'm on them children motherfucker. Here we go. I'm thirsty with love when I gave you some part of your presence. Knowing that you got a man, but my dick haven't received that message. Becoming drawn within your tempted nature while you out-fuck the hell out of me. At this moment, I have no fucks to give. I forgot my babe's name. If Instagram had a sexy font, it would be you. I want to go down in your DM with my Facebook. Show your Twitter what this mouth can do. Then TikTok the fuck out of you. I once heard someone say stolen food always tastes sweeter. So I guess I'm going to OD on the sugar meter from chocolate to the sweetness of your snatch. I'll be your piece of every snatch. Every time I hear snatch.
That damn snatch.
I once heard someone say stolen fruit always tastes sweeter. So I guess I'm going to OD on the sugar meter from chocolate to the sweetness of your snatch. I'll be your piece of honey in your phone contacts. Anything to break on.
Pizza Hut.
I'll give you money.
I'll be your Pizza Hut in your phone contacts. Anything to be privileged to blow up your back. I'm not looking to put you in an entanglement, but just a booty call arrangement. You will make these fuck face with explicit languages. Fuck your butt to death.
Fuck your butt to death,
I hate reading about bunk and this shit right here.
That's a good line, though. Fuck her butt to death.
I'm not looking to put you in an entanglement, but mainly a booty call arrangement. Make fuck face with explicit language, fuck your body into a presser, all shit. That's an entanglement. You'll deem my cock iconic when I beat the rings out of the ass like Sonic. You can tell me when you man up situation.
I'm about to say that sound.
He brings the sun, the fall, he makes
I'm done. Go ahead. Oh, shit. You'll deem my cock iconic for beating the rings out of the ass like Sonic. You can call your man and tell him strictly platonic, but you'll be platonically killing my face. Every hole you possess, I want to explore your taste. I want to be your fuck. Friend you can keep. Fucking you constantly kinky. A committed ass side piece. After seeing you makes me understand why people cheat. To see something so sexually flawless from your head down to your feet. But if truth speaks, I would think you Jones with me as much as I want to smash you. Here's what I want to do. I want to fuck, suck, lick, stick, gyrate, hydrate, then get back in that ass again. Just the thought of smashing you makes me feel animalistic. I want to set free the beast until I release. Make it all the past lovers a forgotten statistic. Let our raw desires claim this connection. Let me sneak this link with you. So you write that shit. That's right, brother. You were doing that, but you start writing all that shit. She's coming to you. I can't give it some. Somebody read this word.
Good man. Great young man. Keep up the work.
Good shit.
All right, I guess. Well, one more. One more we good. Yeah, just one more, man.
Don't pay me no attention.
All right, I'm gonna do something. I'm sure it's brain energy. I just got love and I just was a complete perv and I wasn't gonna go now.
So you just made love. Forgot your person.
You wash your hands? Why you wash your hands? I ain't touching nothing else.
Oh shit, what do you say? All right. Dysfunction. I was thinking about my man's line when he said about the dildo. He was like, I want to be a dildo. That shit was funny.
Ain't that nice?
I love word report.
Roll all of me in.
Goes to this people right here. This is my last one. I'm getting the fuck out of here. This is called Death of the Battery Warriors.
That's the way what?
Death of the Battery Warriors.
Oh, shit.
Death of the Battery Wars?
Yep.
Death of the Battery Warriors.
Oh, Warriors. Okay.
Warriors, my bad. Let's just a motherfucker. Hold on. Okay. Buzz, buzz is the sound of the woman's chambers in the long cell. Outside, shut the fuck up.
I have to say this. The thing that's bizarre about this, Caesar does regular performances, feature performances where he does erotic poetry.
Yeah.
And the audience is like 90-95% female. And his energy is completely different. It's like this cold-blooded assassin.
Yeah, he embodies a different thing.
Now you got too many dudes in here. So you know you trying to get this dick.
Yeah.
And it's just serious.
When it's all women.
But when it's too many dudes, the dude ratio is too high, it becomes, you know,
I appreciate you, Steve.
You know the one thing I'm trying to do sometimes, even while I'm going through these changes, There's one thing as an artist I learned, and this is what I learned, everybody different, is you're supposed to practice on changing the energy of the room.
For sure.
Because if you can get to the point where you perform, you can change, manipulate the energy of people, their feelings, their emotion with your words. As a poet, I think you made it as an artist. So that's why I started with love. I always try to work on that in my features. I do different styles, different emotions. So this emotion here goes to a little dysfunction, but a little bit funny. Back to different battle words. Here we go.
Comes out.
And I was serious when I wrote this list too. I was serious for it. Buzz, buzz is the sound of woman's chambers in the long cell. Lonely moans echoes through her room as she tries to get herself on. And afterwards she wraps herself in cool, quiet covers after sexual gratification to herself she delivered. Ecstatic about her artificial solution as she chants within, I don't need no nigga. And baby girl, you alright. Boy, nigga won't act right, treat you right, no less they pipe. That'll make you climb until you reach heaven's light. That's why you reach for that bullet in the nightstand at night. But when they aim to the left and right, or fortify yourself fantasies for small boy and black ass boy chestnut. But when I see women with these devices faithfully and their pleasure text shooting to me, that's a sign that them giving up. That's why these broken sisters constantly throwing these chants up, I don't need no nigga. Let me say to you, take this man, but you really don't need no nigga, that is true. You see, what you really need is a man. A man will make you feel truly adored. Give that sweet sweater for beating it up on the night before. He will take you with you slow as he lick upon all your body. His bars will harmonize with your kegels and your bras, and when he in you, he not lifeless like metal. It just makes me so unsettled to see women take the romance out of their life. That penetrating person, that physical man, out of their sex life. That's why some women's idea of a great date night is Ben & Jerry's, and she borrows for foreplay and plastic bars and mirage of sexual bliss. Well, let me ask you this. Can plastic bars do what a real man can?
Hell no.
I think he can. Can it really be that man?
Nope.
Can it glaze your skin a slight inches? Can it allow the desires to be ambitious? Can they put you on their plates for desires and do them fucking dishes? Can they tell you that they taste delicious and that they can increase the frame that your body possesses? Let me answer this next question. Have your sense of experience been the best by some shit that I made in Malaysia or Taiwan? You see, real man can be the desires of your awakening. They can be the fire in your intimate satire that get you popping off like bacon. These are personal tools are a little extra people take it for that. Real man can serve your desires completely. These vibrating potions not just be where your pleasure goals should be. You see, on your back, on your knees, when we make you see the light of day. If I had my way, if I had my fucking way, these adult toys will have nowhere to play. To me, because to me, my queens, you deserve to have so much better. You deserve to have real sex, flowers, chocolate, and love letters. Immortalized in your beauty should be praised completely every inch of all your layers. But let me ask you this question. Can you truly get intimacy from a vibrator? Can it give you that pressure? Why give you a pleasure? Make it green alone. Rub your body till you sleep. And when the morning beats, make your arm like that nigga did in Love Jones. Let I hate to see you all alone, depending on a plastic radio vibrating bone to give you happiness. Well, you deserve so much more. Well, remember, sister, batteries eventually do die.
The period.
It's your
Motherfucking Caesar. Hey man, I was laughing because I know you. And no further over the lines. I'm sorry. That shit's hilarious. People out there like Sonic.
You can tell your man that we switch on the topic.
You can tell him. I'm my cousin. Shit. Put you in the fucking cars pizza hut. What you say? Shit. Family pizza, baby. Come through with all that pizza.
I'll see your pizza hut in your phone.
What up, Taylor?
What's up, Simon?
What's up, bro? I'm glad you're here, brother. Yeah, early. Good. Alright, we got a little posted in the evening. We got 2 more artists left. Everybody say 2 more? 2 more, just 2. 2 more, not 2 more. We got 2 more. Okay, M-O, apostrophe.
It's 3 more.
3 más, mi amigo. No podemos, it's not. Alright, how many of y'all have been in other countries before? Anybody been out of the country?
Yeah, nigga, where's it like 3 years ago?
Of course, Canada. Then we got Dominican Republic. I've been there 3 times.
República Dominicana. Where you at? Where you been, brother? Canada. Besides Canada. Canada. How far up in Canada you been?
Point Peely, Wheatley.
Okay, 2 hours, 2.5. Okay. Anybody from other country? Come, where you been?
Greece and Uganda.
Okay. And Italy.
Circumnavigate.
Anybody else? I'm a
Jamaica.
Huh?
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Shit, man. Is that
Why you do this shit?
You don't know how to do it.
You done activated this motherfucker.
6 jobs, man. You just said you don't ever see these jobs, you know? So you gotta make all the lives follow me out. You don't know the job, 3 years old. You know, the ice cream truck, you know, I'm like, shit, I'm doing some ice cream, no. Shit, cheap jobs. No, and then I got down the top, the short shirts. Shit. Yeah. No problem. So this last Sunday is a Caribbean restaurant right by my period, and it's one of our tax clients. And she called me like, when I say she's for real, she called me like, she called me Molly. She like, this Monday we got a Caribbean best in the place. Whatever I'm doing, I'm saying, but I said that about the shit, no? I said, you say that 14 times forward. But it was really good. We did this out there, like, that's what they said, like, moving, and like, it was people at the bounce house with the kids, and had a live band, and they put it into a big, like, it was like a live band, like, it was really, I danced my ass off.
You said no invites.
Huh?
Instagram, nothing.
Come on, y'all. I had it. See, okay, last time I checked, you didn't answer the phone since Friday, so fuck you. Okay? No, you didn't. You was on a staycation, right? Fuck you, okay? So then I told myself that I had a good time. I got drunk, but semi-drunk. Anyway, okay, so what? I wasn't doing a poem, but I was into my poem like this, so I guess that's how I look. Okay, so right. Oh, yeah, yes, we should. Yeah, up next an announcement. I'll give it up for Peter John. And keep it going. Give that to yourself for coming out like please. And thankfully, things are working a lot smoother on the YouTube. So I think you ought to do me a favor, please. So people can see you all. And you can see who's coming up next live. If you go to Motown, one word, and then space O-M, especially if you're an artist, please go on there and leave your information so I can set a list for who perform.
On YouTube or?
Yes, on YouTube. Just Motown, one word, space O-M. And once again, that way you can see past performances. This one's a lot smoother. You'll see the last one's a little chopped up, but this one we have the whole show all on one posting. And as I said, if you're an artist, please especially go on there so we have your information and people can go see more of your work. Appreciate y'all. And see the sound is working? See too?
You said Motown.
Motown, one word.
T-O-W-N?
Yes, sir. And space.
Oh, space.
O-M.
Oh, O-M.
Yep, that's an open mic or
There we go.
And did you got the next question?
You gonna spit? Or you wanna call this out? No, you got to know. It's up to that.
I'll do it.
It's up to you. It's your life. It's your world. What you want? What you gotta do? Check. The next person they call, check. All right, sure.
Next up, you got Carl.
Carol. Thank you.
You got Elijah and New Era on deck.
Elijah and New Era on deck.
Oh, yeah, I need y'all info too. Oh, do go back over there.
So I'm going to share some poems about my grandparents, because this weekend we were doing a lot of talking because their 70th wedding anniversary.
Wow. You were married at 5 years old.
5 years old. No, they're both 92. And I just love them so much. I called them on my way here because I was like, I'm going to read some poems about you guys. And these are poems. So a couple of years ago, they each had a mini stroke within like a week of each other, which was wild. And so when my grandma had hers, I wasn't there, and then I was there for my grandpa. So these are just two kind of back to back. I was pulled by the center of my bones to you, and while you may not know it, you can feel me because I have spinning lights under my rib bones, spinning on either side, and they are warm and safe and pink and blue. They snake from my chest into your mouth, plugging your throat and feeding your brain with opal. You may be scared, but I'm there. I'm driving home at night with my eyes wide open while yours are shut tight. My fevered energy is pulling from my collarbones and wrapping you in light, in love, in health, in strength. My cracking sternum is hot while my arms cannot reach you. My whirling guts are next to you, within you and around you. Just lie still, just lie silent. Just let my faraway energy warm you and fill you. Let me help you spark and set your mind on fire so your thoughts can string and never stop, so they can build webs, reach corners, push doors, and see things. You don't need to reach back. I am here with you.
Did you read that to him?
I did later, yeah.
I had to touch him in a special place.
Yeah, well, it was at a time when that was my grandma, and she was unresponsive. You know, we didn't know if her brain was going to be functional after that. And so I did afterwards, and yeah, so she heard it.
Yeah.
And this is my grandpa too, the next one, and it was the same thing. It was like in this moment in the hospital where we weren't sure if his brain was like going to come back online. There's thick, wet soil on your skin as you fight for stillness, running down your arms in smelly patches of earthworm comfort. You are alive with it. You had swallowed the ground, do you remember? Reached down face to face and consumed what is special about deepness and right about calmness. There are roots behind your ears, holding on through your pain, growing wild and long to the floor, but they cannot plant themselves. You shed your skin in the water, do you remember? Pushed down past your crushing eardrums and discovered the power of quietness and the strength of greatness. Your son is above you, waiting to hear you again, sinking his arms into you and his head on your chest. He is telling you he loves you. You created all of us, do you remember? You created all of us.
All right. Y'all can give him carry, y'all. Make some noise. Give it up for him, man. Yeah, you still got your grandparents. Call them.
Absolutely. Boy, and don't argue with them.
Yeah, shut the fuck up and listen.
Like, yeah. Like, at a certain age, just deserve the right to say whatever the fuck you want with no response.
But not to grandparents.
You don't know my grandma. Shut your ass up.
Man.
Up next, up
You cute to be dark. He spoke in a newfound surge of madness or whackness of this unheralded God in shocking night skies and cries out to be hell. You cute to be dark. Said the words he spoke were a joke before cathedral to swell with the devout who had no doubt of the sacred truth in the shade of the maid before them. I know not what he meant. With words shaped from shit in the pit of the soul, the shell that swelled with the arrows of the fay, and I thought I saw what he saw, but I didn't. I thought I felt what he felt, but I couldn't. For I see the erotic narcotic that brings the flames of the game and life and death from the breath of the instant of seeing. For I feel the seal of the wheel of time I find in my passion after a fashion revealing in the wake of her passing. She is the night black aristocrat that purrs in a skin-tight shroud of scintillating sensuality is how she looks. And I am the cold hard bullet just a dead root this life of desperate flight in the sky is how I feel and I think. Damn lady, your body is covered in the black ink of a million poems God has written from the beginning of time to the point of your birth. Poems about the beauty of the world neither man nor beast could match in its least manifestation of aesthetic futility. Woman, your sheen and your curve crushed the nerve of an army of learned men who sought to win your favor and savor the fruits of your funk. I burn for you. The whole earth burns for you, and ash set fire by your love-soaked eyes, and she laughs. She laughs in face of the ignorant and the injured and the light and the power of the black. The lady makes you frantic in their antics trying to reconcile the mad white world's claim that she ain't all bad. All the while knowing that their secret things verse the scenes with the images of the nappy black queenality all men have worshipped as Aphrodite. So you have to give it up. You have to give it up in praise of the haze she brings to our senses. And not all the MTV, BET, Clairol, Cosmopolitan, Fox, Time Warner, Sony, ABC, NBC, CBS, or HBO hoes gonna change the fact that the baddest mother on Martin from week to week was bad. Or that the aunt of Will and the mother of Carlton was right on the first time around. Do you feel it? Mm-hmm. So when a neighboring motherfucker is gonna move in some iconoclastic, Otello tragic bullshit for the greater glory of OJ, Michael J. Montello, the like, while the one everyone wants winds up sitting on the shelf of the wealth of the spoils of white supremacy, it will never be on my watch. Because she's cute to be dark. She's cute to be dark as she's wet to be water, cold to be ice. She's strong to be steel and hot to be spice. She's cute to be dark. Skin of burnt bronze and hair of lamb's wool. If man was a jaguar, she'd be the panther. If this was the Middle East, she'd be the oil. And in your subconscious, she is the triple black. And with that, I praise her from dark top to darker bottom, with only a smattering of pink flames among them. Girl, you know me. And as for me, caramel always tastes sweeter than the chocolate. Thank you for listening.
Poems like of any poet that I personally know.
That's one of the poems that you write, and not only you write, that is written, period. So it was. It was. I read the short response. I'm not trying to source the ladies, man. Hey, you got to source on the hood, man. You source on the hood.
I like my shorts, man.
We all know the shorts.
You know what? They call attention to my legs. And that's your ass down.
All three of them.
Yo, what the
I can say with absolute certainty that I never saw with two legs. So
shirt is so short.
I am so scared right now. Ladies and gentlemen, to bring some clarity to this part of the situation.
Please do. She's a Detroit celebrity.
We got like 5 minutes until we close. We closing this out.
Okay.
Do you
That's
think?
a lot of pressure.
No pressure.
It's my first time doing this
Ain't no pressure.
since 2020. Since 2020.
All right, we're on the back, bitch. Welcome home.
I'm a mother now. It's just crazy.
What, there it is.
Oh, hi y'all.
Hey,
It's crazy. Okay, so I have no choice but to do new things because all the old stuff don't really do nothing no more.
New shit, exclusive. Whoa, man.
But, swear I had this ready.
Always be like that. Got it. Is that trouble?
It is. My mommy gave it to me. Happy Pride Eve. I just had this. Okay, whatever. Oh, that is okay. So this one is called Non-Committal. I can't fucking sleep because my fucking sheets still smell like fucking you. My imagination, I see your face at the corner of my screen after we've exchanged good mornings. It would be a better morning if your face was nestled where the sun don't shine. Oftentimes, I wish you were mine, all mine, but the time is just not ours. Shards of my heart are sprinkled across the universe. I thirst for the answer to why relationships have to be so fucking hard. Always so simple in the beginning. Eyes spinning, faces grinning, minds hoping for the best futures together, praying that these moments will last forever, but suspicious. We've been fucked up, fucked down, fucked under, fucked over and over by clowns who took us for rides down roads full of potholes covered with faulty goals. So I suppose we just fuck each other long enough for the endorphins to cloud our judgments and disappointments, enjoy these moments, because maybe we don't deserve more. But I'd love to see your face more. I'd love to feel your embrace more. I'd love to enjoy you more. But this is good with some distance. The instances greater, we appreciate each other maybe more than we would ever if this thing were official. Monogamy won't make me love you more. Polygamy won't make me love you less. I love you. Happy that I get to be in your presence. No toxic expectations, just you and me. When we is us. On days we choose to love each other. Love is as momentary as Midwest weather. The tether don't break unless we want it to be. Bubbles can't bust when you let them fly free. And that's that one. How many more is that?
One more ball.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm exploring poly life now because I'm tired.
Wait, you exploring poly life because you're tired? Okay.
Plus, I mean, if I'm meant to be with, 6, 7, 12 boyfriends, girlfriend, if that's how my life's supposed to be.
Sometimes you gotta go see.
Enjoy your life.
I'm trying to, They said I'm a mama now, so.
You don't know unless you go and find out.
Hungry?
Oh, I've been finding out. It's been nice. It's been nice.
All right, guys.
I'm supposed to be the one rich bro, but I just can't.
All right, and this one is called Kryptonite.
Oh, shit.
I missed y'all. Sometimes I wish I can go back in time and unmeet you, unfriend you, unsex you, unlove you, but you are so magnificently terrible, beautifully wretched, so easy to empathize. You make me realize that sometimes you are just plain trash. You are humanity personified, beautiful nightmare, bewildering daydream that I dare not wake from, twisted and wonderful. Never have I ever been my fully realized self and so sheltered. No other has ever lifted me up and torn me down like you do. Voodoo has our souls stitched together and pulling apart. The love I have for you leaves me consistently conflicted, addicted, and repulsed. As a result, you pushed your seed in my bush for life twice. Only one survived. I thought that on the second thousandth try that our union would be undeniable, inseparable, yet here we are, separately together, closely far apart. Oh, I wish I could unmeet you. But can life exist without you? As much as I want to unlove you, I don't, because you are the irradiation to my sunshine. Thine are mine, mine is yours, and we have no choice. To love you is to hate you, adore you, and deplore you. You are still captivatingly cognitive, undeniably uberous, ridiculously rebellious, tenaciously tantalizing, incredibly insidious, stupidly sagacious, precious. I will always protect you and hold you accountable for breaking my heart and giving me life. You are the catch I caught at 22. There is no unloving you. And that's that.
Y'all give up a new era of sunshine, y'all. Give up.
Real quick, we got it.
Have I told you I love you lately, y'all?
All right.
Have I made you promises and broke them? If I did, then please correct me. I don't mean to be shy. I just want you to be mine. I am not perfect. But I do feel like in so many ways you're perfect for me. The way that you spread your legs reminds me of sea. I'll see you in my destiny forever. Through hieroglyphics, God wrote it. Through my spirit, God spoke it. Forever I will love you. And never be afraid to utter the words, I love you. Showing you better than passionless kisses been kissed on your lips too many times before, so I grip your hips with a passion that is unlike any other passion that's ever been passionate. I'm passionate about being passionate with you. So if you could just be passionate just for a moment with me. Thank you for coming out tonight. You can get to the team tonight. Next week I'm going to some really short shows. I'm going to put together shows next week. That's going to be tight. Your shit is like tonight. What's with this bitch? My shit is so tight all day. I'm telling you, it's going down next Tuesday. Don't sit in the front row. If you ain't speaking of next Tuesday.
Speaking of next Tuesday, the Tuesday after next, we're gonna have a theme.
Theme not next. Okay. Not this Tuesday, but next.
Not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. We're going to have a theme. But to know the theme, you either have to come next Tuesday or you have to follow us on social media. I don't think we have everybody's email here.
Not like our social media, but like the pages.
Yeah, the page. So Art Fly Space has a social media page, and it's also on Eventbrite. That's the best way to stay like hip to whatever to whatever it is that we're doing. That was for y'all. And
that's on the shorts.
See, this is why I wear these shorts though. The shorts like these, and these are the baggiest of the small shorts that I have. They don't get shorts. Oh man! You want the fucking shorts? You do that? I don't. You been talking about something for a while. No, fuck that you not. That you not. Yeah. Oh, you. Too. That's why you know hey, thank y'all for coming out here. Hey, no one appreciate you, brother. Let's not follow the page, man. Motown is a Motown move. Motown Space OM. Yeah, check it out, man. You can see all the performances live on there. If you perform tonight, you can show your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. And real quick, this brother right here hosts a dope ass show.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Every
Wednesday night. It's a incredible show. Check it out, man. If this did not push you for what it does, that definitely will, man. However,
see, who's the address? It's been forever since I've been there with my ride.
8420 McNichols. 8420 McNichols across from Macro College.
8420 McNichols.
Yeah, just think 8 and 420 make you there.
That's not too far.
8, 420.
Hey, bro. Come check them out. Thank y'all so much, man. We got to come out of here, man. So, y'all can go, what the fuck is that? home safe. Y'all safe. They got a bottle. They got in the shop. Y'all bless y'all and good night. Peace.
Yeah, it was something.
Oh, we got to let me know. All you motherfuckers.